Okay, what's going on, LBHT crew? I'll tell you what's going on. It is Hendo's birthday. Yes. What? Happy birthday, Hendo.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Oh, God, from Ravens, online, gatekeepers. Yes, indeed. Yes. Thanks for joining us. B, what is going on, my friend?
I mean, Hendo's birthday. I mean, whatever.
That's it.
Nothing
else going on.
Like it's a big deal, I guess.
Whatever. I guess. Hey, shout out to everybody for coming through. Look, everybody, look, they're filling in already, man. They saw the thumbnail. They said yes. Roquan getting paid. Yes. Lamar said, "Oh, do you have my money?" No. Well, my knee. I got a thing on my knee. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it this Sunday. All right. Oh, look at this. Shout out to Anonymous for the early donation. Appreciate it. Says, greetings, everyone. Happy 28th birthday, Hendo. Yes. Indeed. Appreciate that.
He gets younger every time somebody says happy birthday to
him. That's right.
Oh gosh, night 1323 over on Twitch. Yes. Says drop the link.
What's up,
yes. And look, we are streaming live on Twitch, on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So make sure you follow us in all those places. Shout out to Buck, says happy birthday to the amazing Hendo. Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. All right. JP's in the house, says, fellas, bring the smoke. Yes. King 95 says the champ is here. Okay, yes. Our guy Brandon E. He is. He's a pickle champ.
Cool.
Indeed.
Cool.
Brandon E says, man, I'm not willing to go back to the years of still defense and no offense. I've been a fan since the beginning. If they reboot without Lamar, they'll basically be wasting Roquan. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're gonna talk about it, man. Todd Billings in the house says, what's popping, brothers? What's good with you, Todd Billings? Thanks for coming through.
I just dropped Hendo's Stream Elements link in the chat. If you want to send him some birthday wishes, or you can send it to us through the normal channels and we'll just forward it on to him.
Facts.
Either way, however y'all want to do that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, get those birthday donations.
Don't shake your head. Shake it this
way. Okay, I'm sorry. This way.
Yes. Shout out to One Session. Says, what's up? Hashtag LBHT crew fam.
What's up, One?
Willie Seabon's in the house. What's going on? One Session says, happy birthday.
Appreciate you.
D. Weezy says, party. Yes. Our guy Just Aloes in the house says, hello, LBHT crew. Welcome to the best sports talk show. Happy birthday, Hendo. Okay. Thanks for coming through. Yes. Darius Simmons says, what is up, fellas? I see the Purple Patrol is out fan policing today. I'm going to tell you something. I've been so busy. I haven't seen one single thing today, right? I mean, I don't know what the temperature is out there.
You're going to be really shocked when we get to the news.
I mean, no, today, not yesterday. Roquan got paid yesterday. I checked to see if Lamar practiced. I heard that he did not.
No.
So I mean, look, man, that's all I need to see, to be honest. Right? I mean, everybody can say what they want to say, but that's the only news I need to see right there. Raven Ron, what's going on? Says, what up, LBHT? Roquan contract, no surprise. I guess we building around Roquan, not Lamar. I was surprised. I've been sitting here saying I didn't think they're going to get it done, but I did add the caveat. I said if they were going to get it done, it would have to be this way, right? Roquan Smith being the highest paid linebacker in the league. All right. So shout out to him. We got our guy Andre Miz is in the house. Says, what's up, LBHT and Hendo? Yes.
What's up, Andre?
Big Reg is ready. Big Reg is ready to bring the smoke as always. Hey, man, be nice to our guy JPP today. Okay.
Indeed.
Yolanda B says, happy birthday, Hendo. Yes.
Not even a hello for the others, but that's all right. I mean, it's our show. That's cool. That's cool, though, Yolanda.
She is the lie. Hello, losers. Marco G says, what's good, fellas? Let's get that W this Sunday, hopefully with Lamar. Indeed. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. John Hazeb Ali's in the house. Yes, says James Elite Prochet in the house. Leave my man Prochet alone, okay? Leave him alone. Danity is here. What's going on? Says happy birthday, Hendo. Lamar said no.
Thank you, Danity.
All right. Yes. All right. Look, so many people in here, man. Shout out to Akeem in the house. They said, what's going on, LBHT crew? One and coming soon, right? One and coming soon. What's one and coming soon? I'm not sure what you. I'm not
loss?
Sure. Yeah. Our guy, Coach Evans for Tally Phillips says, Hendo birthday celebrate. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. All right. G4T classified said crochet extension coming. Okay, all right. Look, we gonna get this, man. Obviously, shout out to Eric L. Says happy birthday. Appreciate you, Eric L.
Yes, and listen, I gotta send a special shout out to Eric L. Like he hit me up early this morning. I appreciate that brother for real.
Salute, Eric L. Yes. He's been a supporter of the crew for quite a while, so we really appreciate you. And always so positive, man. Yeah. Speaking of positive, Tanja is also super positive. Says happy birthday, Hendo. Thank you so much. Yes. Really appreciate the love that you guys have been spreading for our friend, Mr. Hendo. All right. I saw you posted a little birthday lunch. He didn't invite me. I was just right around the corner. That's okay.
Oh, my bad.
But, no. Once you posted what you're eating, I was like, nah, I'm good.
It wasn't the food wasn't all that good anyway.
It wasn't. Oh, that's too bad.
I was just saying, man, that food looked nasty. Oh, it wasn't good. Damn.
Oh.
So disappointed.
See, if you hung out with me, I'd have gotten you a vegan cookie.
I thought you liked garbage.
A vegan cookie. I found a vegan cookie for Hendo. I had Hendo in mind when I got it, and our guy Sterling was stunned. To this day, he does not believe it was a vegan cookie. It was delicious. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna hook you up, Hendo. When I see you, I'm gonna hook you up.
Indeed.
All right, listen. We got a lot to talk about, obviously. Not a lot to talk about, but a lot to say about what's happened, okay? But first, we like to start every show with a Black History fact, and B has a Black History fact for you.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it quick here, get back to the birthday celebration. But, wanted to talk a little bit about the American Revolution. And when you think about that and the heroes of the revolution, you think about like a George Washington. You think, particularly when you talk about the end of the revolution, you think about Rochambeau and thanks to Lin-Manuel Miranda, maybe you think about Alex Hamilton, Marquis de Lafayette, and everybody. And that's all great. They led the American and French armies to Yorktown. De Grasse kind of sailed up from the West Indies and set up a blockade in Chesapeake Bay. They trapped Cornwallis there. They laid siege to Yorktown for about 3 weeks. And then they captured 7,000 to 8,000 British troops, which kind of led to the British government saying, all right, we've had enough. We quit. Let's work this out. Let's, sign this Treaty of Paris. But what you don't really hear about is a guy who played a monumental role in winning that battle, and that was James Armistead Lafayette. I don't know why I said Armistead. They say he never really used that in his while he was alive. It was his owner's name. So James Lafayette. He was a slave born down in Virginia who joined the war effort, with permission of his owner at the time, who was a ardent patriot, they said. He didn't go fight himself, but that's all right. He sent his slave to go do it for him. And he was working with Lafayette, and Lafayette had him essentially spying on the British troops. They sent him to go work with Benedict Arnold, who we all know is the greatest traitor of all time. And he would, feed information back to the American troops. After a while, he was so trusted by the British soldiers that they enlisted him to spy on the American troops, which was pretty easy since that's who he was actually working for. So he was feeding them misinformation and getting information for the American side. Benedict Arnold went north. Lafayette stayed in Virginia and started spying on Cornwallis. And that's where he got a lot of information on what was going on at Yorktown and was able to feed that to the Americans and kind of facilitate that victory that led to the end of the American Revolution. He goes by Lafayette, or he went by Lafayette, because after the war, there was a law that was passed that said any slave that fought in the war would be emancipated. And then the next year in Virginia, they said, yeah, only if you had a gun, if you were issued a firearm, meaning like you were an actual soldier and you were in the fighting. He was a spy, so he did not carry a weapon, and so he was forced to stay a slave. Marquis de Lafayette, who was very anti-slavery, wrote a I don't want to call it a letter of recommendation, but he wrote a testimonial on his behalf about all the things that he did during the war. His owner did the same, and they kind of pleaded to Congress at the time, and they won his freedom. And then he took on the name Lafayette afterwards, out of respect for the Marquis de Lafayette. But yeah, so just a little story about James Lafayette, who played an integral role in winning the American Revolution for the United States.
Indeed. Salute. Appreciate the Black History fact. Listen, man, you guys, you are ready. You've been ready. You were born ready to talk about the state of the Ravens and one Lamar Jackson. Yes, Roquan getting paid. He's getting his money. Okay. Is Lamar next? That's the only question that we want to know. Because Roquan Smith, first of all, shout out to Roquan Smith. I think Roquan is one of the best linebackers in the league. Worth the money. Let me say that out the gate. Okay. 5 years, $100 million, $60 million guaranteed. The way that the salary cap is going up and his level of play, I think is warranted. Right. I thought I'm gonna be honest. I thought he was gonna make more than that. Not here. Right. I'm just being real. I didn't think he was going to settle for 20 mil per year. I thought that was the lowest he was going to get. I absolutely still believe if he hit the open market, he would have gotten more. But that ain't bad. that is not bad. So salute to him and what we're getting. Obviously, you see the difference he makes on the defense immediately. As soon as he stepped on the field, he made an impact in terms of how we play, like the attitude on the field, right? So all that is great. I'm not mad at that part. However, if we don't get the deal done for Lamar, that's $100 million wasted, right? I'm not saying he's not worth it. I'm saying for this team, if we let Lamar walk out the door, you wasted $100 million because he is not going to make this team a Super Bowl contending team. Okay. And we're not talking about anything else other than being a contender, right? Moving on from Lamar and bringing in somebody else and we're just average or we're just barely making the playoffs. That's not what we signed up for. Okay. This team with Lamar should be a Super Bowl contending team. Even though it's a poorly constructed team right now, Lamar still gives us hope, right? Very small chance of winning, but if Lamar's in there healthy, you have a fighting chance. And then the hope is that, they do the right thing the offseason and start building around them. And then you could be a real Super Bowl contender. If they don't get the deal done for Lamar, all that's out the window. Because I don't see anybody realistically that they can get that can come in here and make this team a contender next year. So.
No, I think, in short, what you're saying is Roquan is not Ray Lewis and 2023 is not 2002.
Ray Lewis couldn't make.
Well, I know, but leave Ravens fans to their delusions. All right. Yeah. I mean, you want to strip the nostalgia away from them also? No. For me, the contract, I think he's overpaid. I don't think the position is that important in the NFL today. Baltimore makes it that way unnecessarily. But like you said, with the cap going up, it's not going to be a big deal. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But again, it's a complete failure when Lamar is standing at the podium next to Ken Dorsey holding up his new Panthers jersey. It doesn't matter what Baltimore does at that point, right? You're going to be introducing Anthony Richardson or Will Levis to pair with Roquan Smith, and none of you are going to be happy about that.
Listen, Mr. J is echoing your sick thoughts.
After
Brian's Black History Fact, we get to talk about Lamar coming to the Carolinas with the help of Bozeman. Look, you made a compelling argument last week. I wouldn't even be against him going to the Panthers, right? But let's be honest. the Panthers aren't going to make that offer.
Yes, they will.
Right? Then they're not going to make that offer.
They absolutely will.
They turned down 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns.
Don't care.
Okay. And a second.
They'll give okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
And the same way you can say, hey, the Ravens will do it because they value defense. Man, the Panthers value they value what could have been QBs. Okay, like you're giving up second-round picks for Sam Darnold when that wasn't even the asking price.
Okay, it was just one. You said picks. Like let's not try to make it look worse than it was in retrospect. Listen, J.C. Horn plus one. Now I'm not saying it's going to be Horn and Burns, but they have both those guys to offer, right? So it'd be J.C. Horn plus Frankie Louvu or a Marquise Haynes or a Yetur Gross-Matos, right? One of those guys, one of those other edge rushers, plus J.C. Horn, plus the number 9 pick, plus assorted other picks, whatever. I don't really care. They will jump all over that. Or alternatively, Brian Burns plus C.J. Henderson or Keith Taylor or Dante Jackson or whoever, plus other picks. Baltimore would trip over themselves trying to get Lamar into a cab to send him to the airport to get him the hell up out of Baltimore.
I think first of all, I think there'll be teams that offer more.
Of course.
Now Horn and Brian Burns and some picks. Sounds great. I don't think you guys would do that.
Right? I think they would.
And I think there's some teams that could definitely match that or go more. And I mean, it's especially if we're talking about picks. I mean, look, shout out to Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes said, "You want to fire me? You want to let me go? Let's go ahead and get this win then. All right, let's go ahead and get this win and knock your picks down a little bit."
Carolina's got plenty of picks. They got extra picks from San Francisco from the Christian McCaffrey trade. They're whole now.
Yeah.
So,
but you get the 9th pick, not the
that don't matter.
3rd pick.
I'll tell you what you're not going to get. You're not going to get the 3rd pick. They're just going to draft a quarterback.
Who's picking 3rd?
It's Chicago, Houston, and then
who's picking 3rd, Chad?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Listen, man, you need to be like a lawyer. Don't ask questions that you don't know the answers to. Win the lie.
Wait till after.
What are you? Goodness.
Joey said Ravens had Lamar tagged before Roquan got his extension. That's just how they move. They are just that silly, ridiculous. Yeah. So now it's looking like everything's clear. Look, they're going to have to franchise Lamar no matter what. I didn't think Lamar wasn't going to get tagged. I just didn't think that Roquan was going to get signed before they had to do the tag and leaving him available for free agency. But hey, the Ravens, they did it. They got it done. All right, and we got a donation. What was that $5 donation, B?
That was on your
end. I got it. Hold on. Read yours, and then I'll read Lonnie. Lonnie makes another appearance here.
Okay, I don't really appreciate this, Anonymous. Like, you're normally on our side. He's saying, would Mr. J want to go to Carolina? Yes. Who wouldn't want to go to Carolina?
He's just asking a question. Shout out to Anonymous.
No, man, we don't just ask those kind of questions. Of course he wants to go to Carolina. He wants to throw to DJ Moore. He wants to play behind a real offensive line. He wants to be able to play for offensive-minded head coach.
Real offensive line. You guys were solid this year. You weren't great,
and they're getting better. Unlike your offensive line, it gets worse.
It is getting better. Our offensive line was solid too.
That gets worse every year.
Who has the better interior O line?
He wants to play for Carolina. No question.
No, you
don't. Absolutely.
What?
Zeitler's old and getting older. Tyler Linderbaum. I mean, if it weren't for Kenny Pickett, he'd be the baby hands out of this
Bradley
class.
Bozeman. You have Pat Elflein.
No. They play the same position. They have Austin Corbett and they have Brady Christensen. Those are the guards, and then it's whoever wins out at center. They have a very solid interior line, and unlike you, they have 2 good tackles.
Well, Look.
Yeah.
Okwonwu didn't look that great.
Okay. How did the op look? The guy that you call the op all season.
I think Ryan Stanley looked excellent.
Shout
out to Lonnie for the $5 donation.
Arizona's 3rd.
Arizona.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are they actually third, or did they trade that pick?
No, they're actually third.
Wow.
All right. Shout out to Lonnie. Lonnie says, I need to know something about Lamar. Is he working out, rehab? Can I get a video with only sources? It leaves a lot of speculation open. It leaves a lot of speculation open if he's staying or not. I believe he's holding out. So we did a video. That's our live stream last week at wondering if he's holding out or not. I think it's one of those things where kind of sort of, right? Yeah, he's hurt. And the injury that he has doesn't seem it's not one that he's going to be 100%, right? Maybe he could play on it, but why? We all want to sit there and believe, hey, he's not going to let his team down. He's not going to let his teammates down. He's going to go out there and play if he can play. But this is a business. And if he decides I'm going to make sure I'm whole and ready to go for the off season, what are you laughing at, V? What are you cracking up at over there?
Laughing at Just Hallow.
Says all of a sudden Brodney is saying nice things about the Panthers when he thinks he's getting Lamar. Say something, Hendo. Don't just sit there.
I mean, we don't know. We just don't know.
He said, Hendo, you just gonna sit there and let it happen?
let them pass up on Lamar and they say something like we're going with Jimmy G.
Who's we?
You will get this Brodney right here. You will get this Brodney. Like I don't know you. I don't know them.
Yeah,
I don't know that franchise.
So you messed up my thought. I was going somewhere with it. I was going somewhere with what I'll say. I don't even remember now.
That's all right. Hendo, what are your thoughts on the
birthday man? What are your thoughts?
I'm a little conflicted by it. It's a decent signing. He does make certain guys on the defense better, but an off-ball linebacker being worth $100 million, it's a little bit concerning because they seem to be putting assets and money into positions that really don't mean much. Now, yes, Roquan, he'll get you 16 tackles in a game, but he'll also watch the ball fly over his head for completions down the field. That's not really stopping nothing. He's just he's a very good linebacker in my opinion, but it's a stat stuffer kind of thing because our defense is so bad, they get many opportunities to tackle, especially being that they blow past that defensive line. A lot of the concern has been, or a lot of the backlash has been, well, Lamar said, don't talk to us after this deadline. So that's why they dealt with Roquan instead of Lamar, and he's still waiting around. But I still think that it's just a bad look for the team when you have this generational talent waiting to get paid, but yet still you set the market. You reset the market for an inside middle linebacker. I just think that we are the laughing stock around the league. Eric DeCosta, in my opinion, is grasping at straws, just trying to make himself look better because he knows Lamar's out of here. If we haven't alienated him enough before, I think now Lamar's sitting back like, man, this knee's flaring up. I think I got contract issues, and he's staying at home.
Hey, very bad look. And let me read this from Anonymous. Shout out to the Anonymous for the $2 donation. Says, Ravens doing what's in their best interest, but so is Lamar. Doesn't it have to be bad blood? Yeah, just a disagreement when it comes to business. If they don't want to pay him, trade him to where he wants to go and get as many picks back as possible. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's business. I think there's more bad blood on the Ravens side because they didn't think Lamar would handle business this way. They didn't think he would negotiate so well. Mm-hmm. And I think they've done what they can in the most tactful way that they could think of to try to slander him, right? They want to slander him, but not slander him. They want to kind of throw him under a bus, but kind of show that, oh, hey, no, we love him. It's all good. But he's handled everything perfectly, and he's winning the negotiations, right? It doesn't matter how you feel about it. He's winning. And if he decides not to play, he didn't let his team down. The team let the team down. This should have never gotten to this point. Even if he plays, the team, EDC, Ozzy, he's still in the building. I'm putting on Ozzy too. Bishotti and the coaching staff, Harbaugh, right? Because they built this team the way it is. They are the reason why if Lamar doesn't play, you feel like there's no hope to win whatsoever. Nobody thinks we can win this game without Lamar. Nobody, right? And have we done a better job, we would say, okay, it's not looking great, but at least we got so-and-so out there. We got a shot. But we don't really believe that. Darren says, guys, we need to just sign Trent Dilfer and the roster will be complete. Sheesh, man. Who are you telling? Yes. And shout out to Anonymous for $20 donation. Says, does Coach Harbaugh have Mr. Jackson's best interest? No.
I think he does. I think he does, and he's just misguided. Like I don't believe that. Like I said, I don't believe that Roman and Harbaugh are trying to sabotage Lamar Jackson. They owe Lamar Jackson their jobs. They know that. I think that they want Lamar Jackson there. They want to win with Lamar Jackson. They don't believe in Lamar Jackson as a passer, and so they're going about it in the wrong way. But I don't think they're trying to intentionally sabotage him.
I don't think
they're just bad at their jobs.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't think they're intentionally sabotaging him, but I don't think they have his best interest either. They are lazy. He has his best interest in mind, right? We can just keep using his legs. We don't. I mean, yes,
well,
maybe
if he can't throw, then
well, they're not even attempting. I think it's a lazy assessment. Oh well, we don't believe in him that much as a passer. It's not that. It's okay, maybe he can pass, but then we gotta open up the playbook more. I know Greg can't do that. It's more so they don't believe in themselves. I've been saying that it's more of they don't believe in their ability to coach, and it shows. Look, I mean, you see what it's like when they throw the ball 44 times. Okay, I mean it's a disaster. Nobody knows where to go. That has nothing to do with Lamar's passing ability. That has everything to do with their lack of coaching. Right? It's a lack of belief in themselves and it's lazy coaching.
That's true.
It's a bit of plausible deniability. It's if I don't sit there and ask Roman to change and he can't do it, now I don't have to go out here and search for another offensive coordinator. We can just do status quo and let things be what they may, pray that Lamar comes back and hope he wins games for us. Like you said, it's just lazy coaching where we do the bare minimum and hope for the best because Harbaugh came into a great culture, a great organization, and he's been profiting from it. But now that we've made a pivot to his guys, his way of thinking, his beta mentality, we're not winning anymore.
Yeah.
And he's feeling it.
Hey, shout out to Marco G for a $3.33 donation. I was wondering why we get so many of those donations. I just thought people just like the symmetry. I was like, that's awesome. But that's actually an option when you click on
those options.
Yeah. Hey, well, thank you. He says apparently Lamar's knee is just not responding well. Hope it's not true, but if it is, it's concerning how long it takes him to heal from injuries. Seems like the timeline doubles or triples for LJ. Just hope it's not a Kawhi Leonard Spurs situation here. Yeah, I don't take anything away from this. I think this is somebody that's just understanding that you're not gonna beat my body up, while not helping me, right? I think there's a lot of players that could play through injury. Christian McCaffrey is a perfect example, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We had that argument with Andre Mears. He's going, he's injury prone. No, he got injured on a team that won 5 games and said, I don't need to come back. Mm-hmm. I don't need to play through these injuries. Right. And now, he's in San Francisco and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Not an injury in sight.
All right.
I think that's what's going on with Lamar last year and this year. He could play this week, I think, but he is hurt, and he'd be. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Endo.
I'm sorry, and that's the part that I think that people misjudge. A PCL strain is a tear.
Yeah,
he actually tore it, so it has to repair itself. Then you have to make it strong. It's not like the Ravens or Harbaugh says. It's not a 1 or 2 week injury. The recovery time for that is between 4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, what they give you is when we think we can force him back out onto the field. Not he's going to be 100%. It's not like people are out here like he's some little kid sitting at home holding a thermometer against a light bulb. That's not what's going on. He's hurt, and he doesn't want to come back at 75% and be less of what he is on a team that needs him to be 100% to have any shot of winning. Because when he comes back and he doesn't play to that level, it's going to be Lamar's fault. It's not going to be Roquan's fault.
Yes.
It's not going to be Marlowe's fault. It's not going to be Patrick Queen's fault. It's not going to be Oweh's fault. It's going to be Lamar's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man. There's still a small chance he plays. There's still a small chance that he plays. But I'll tell you what. If he doesn't play, there's so much pressure on that defense against a team who feels like they were assaulted last week. Okay, they literally felt like we stole something from them. They're gonna go out there ready to light it up. So,
I mean, who feels like they were assaulted and remembers dropping 1,000 yards in 2 games last year.
Yeah, well, that was last year. It ain't happened this year.
It didn't, but the first game they didn't have T. Higgins and they were still kind of not on track. What do you mean so? You can't say so to not having one of your best players on offense.
No, we can. No, we absolutely can. They had Jamar Chase still. They still had Joe Burrow. And we didn't have anybody when they dropped 50 on us. Everybody was hurt last year. So we're not using that excuse at all.
Well, that's not true. Not the first time. They dropped all those yards and points on your secondary the first game. But in the second game, the game didn't matter to them. It didn't mean it. I mean, it didn't matter to Baltimore either. Like, neither one of them was really out there.
That's the point I was trying to get to. Like, we're gonna find out this weekend. What's what, right? Like, is our defense going to show up? Everybody's healthy, minus Lamar, maybe. Right? We're gonna find out if that defense is really up to the task. And after getting paid $100 million, that is going to be at the forefront of people's minds. Like, is this defense going to do what we need them to do? Like, we could lose the game if Lamar's not playing, but we can't lose by like 20 points.
It better be 14-13.
Yes.
Something like that. But, you got $100 million in Roquan now, $70 million in Marcus Williams. They better go out there and they better turn the ball over, not just do their jobs. They better go make game-changing plays. And I don't mean hitting Jamar Chase. It's easy to hit somebody when you wait until the play's over, right?
How many of you guys remember? It wasn't even.
I believe they out here talking about assault.
How many of you guys remember? I know. Last offseason, B. Do you remember last offseason? We mentioned 2 players. We had 2 players that taking up $30 million of cap space. Let's just get rid of them. And people were like, "No, we can't get rid of them." One of them was Calais Campbell. I like Calais Campbell. Still playing well. The other was Brandon Williams.
It's about to win the Super Bowl.
And we were like, no, we need them.
So our apologies, Flock Nation.
We're spending $170 million on Roquan and Marcus Williams. They better do something. Okay. First round pick for Patrick Queen. First round pick for Kyle Hamilton. Okay, we just paid. We just paid we did just pay Marlon Humphrey. That was like 2 years ago. He's playing well. I'm not saying anything bad about him. Right? We spent a 3rd round pick for Marcus Peters. He hasn't looked great. He's coming off an injury. Right. A lot invested in the defense. A whole lot invested in the defense. So they better show out. I don't even know. I mean, outside of Ronnie Stanley, I don't think there's any other first round pick on the offense.
Tammy Watkins is a first round pick.
Touche. You got me there. Shout out to Joy. Says $10 towards Save Lamar Fund from the Ravens. Appreciate it. Let me read a few of these comments here, man. Oh, we got another donation. Let me read that from Marco G. Another $3 donation. Appreciate it. Says Bengals got to be the softest 12-14. Their players and fans were too young when the Steelers and Ravens played in the peak of their rivalry. Those games were assault and battery. Different time.
No, forget the Steelers and Ravens rivalry. The Bengals used to assault people weekly. They had Vontaze Burfict out there.
Yeah,
that man didn't make a legal tackle in his life.
No. I remember he gave himself a concussion trying to give Joe Flacco a concussion. Do you remember that? he intentionally went high, hit him helmet to helmet, and gave himself a concussion.
It went down.
Yeah. They have short-term memory. All right, there are 140 some odd people in here. Wow. Do you see the energy Hendo brings? Okay, they said, "Oh, Hendo's gonna be on the show." Word? Yes.
And in case you're wondering why Hendo is on the show, it's because it is Hendo's birthday.
It's his birthday.
Happy birthday,
Hendo.
You want to wish Hendo a happy birthday?
I'm
going to put his Stream Elements link in the chat one more time, or you can send to our Cash App or Stream Elements, and we'll just forward it on to him.
Or you know,
just say happy birthday.
Just send a donation and say happy birthday, Hendo.
Well, just say happy birthday.
You know what? You can give him a gift by getting yourself a gift. Look at this merch. Look how sweet this looks. Okay, get you some road gear. Look what you got there, Hendo. What you wearing?
I got my Jamal Laxon.
Look at that. Look
my
at
number
that.
8.
Yes.
It's so appropriate. It's the corpse of the Ravens people right there.
Wow.
All right, we got another donation here. Shout out to Money Making Mitch for $3.33. Says, why do we pay positions that don't matter? Roquan is twice the player Bateman is, but Bateman is more valuable to this team because his position is more valuable. Why don't we value the important positions? I'm going to read that in a minute, but let me read what Raven Ron just put in here. Appreciate you, Raven Ron, for the $5 donation. Says, since Roquan just got the Brinks truck open for him, is it the pressure on Hamilton to be that dude in the secondary? He was the 14th pick. Chuck Clark gone, and it seems like we building around Roquan. Well, I mean, Marcus Williams got $70 million, so I think there's more pressure on him right now than there is for Kyle Hamilton. But yeah, there's pressure on all of them. There is pressure on all of them. And to address Money Making Mitch, somebody had wrote an article about that, and that was something that a lot of the gatekeepers out there were kind of touting about how the Ravens don't pay for premium positions. They rather pay high on the non-premium positions because they think they can get better value out of them. But they're premium for a reason. Right. And I could get along with that if we had better coaching, right? If we had Andy Reid here and Andy Reid was doing that stuff, I'd be like, man, whatever, do your thing, whatever. But we don't. Okay, we had John Harbaugh, we had G. Rowe, and we have what's his name? Mike
McDonald.
Mike McDonald, right? I don't look. Mike McDonald, I don't think he's doing a bad job. I don't think he's doing anything special. We spent a lot of money on that side of the ball. Yeah. I don't think that's his coaching that's making it happen. I think that we just kept spending money, and then we finally got Roquan to make them even better.
To unlock all your draft picks.
Yes.
So you telling me it wasn't worth having the 26th passing defense in the league?
No.
Oh,
no.
Man. No.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try to read some of these comments here. Look, 145 people in here. Go ahead and smash that like button. If you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right. Also, shout out to the people that are over on Facebook and Twitch. You can hit the like or whatever Twitch does, man. Just go ahead and do that. Okay. Right. Also, I failed to mention, we make this in an audio form. So for all you audio podcast listeners out there, this will be released on Thursday. So if you listen to this on Thursday, hope you're enjoying your lunch, and make sure you give us a 5-star review. All right. Attitude Pop, what is going on? Says, why is the media and talk shows always changing the narrative, saying I wouldn't give him the money because he's been injured, especially for his style, but they never say how he got hurt. That's just what the media does. This is nothing. This is nothing new. Nah. This is nothing new. But what is new is you have more media outlets. You have more personalities. You have social media that can combat what the narrative is out there. We didn't have that, for Donovan McNabb when he was coming up. We didn't have that for what's his name, Jason Campbell, the other black quarterbacks that came up and had to deal with this nonsense, right? The media heavily controlled the narrative, and a lot of people bought into that. That's why you have these stereotypes now that still hold up. But thanks to social media, people can push back on that, which forces these mainstream media personalities to push back a little bit, So I mean, that comes with the territory, man. Andre Mir says, B, that's what everyone thinks about CMC. Great running back, but he's been injured often. If someone calls LJ that, it's going to be hard to debate against it right now based off of the last couple of seasons.
No, but you're missing the point. Like, Christian McCaffrey came in the league and he played 16 games for his first 3 years, right? And the team regressed, talent wise. And the 2 years where he got hurt, sure, he had one bad injury, and they won 5 games that year. The next year, he had nagging injuries on a team that won 5 games. The kind of injuries that you could probably play through, and you just kind of choose not to. And that's what I'm saying about Lamar. I don't think Lamar's injury prone. I think Lamar could play. I think he could have played probably last week, but he wouldn't be at 100%. But that's the norm in the NFL, right? Yeah. That doesn't make you injury prone, saying I'm going to sit out until I'm 100% and ready to come back. But you look at this Baltimore Ravens team, and you're like, no Bateman, no Duvernay, nobody else even worth mentioning on the offense. And why am I going to come back and play less than 100% for a team who refuses to commit to me long term?
And to your point, how injured has McCaffrey been with San Francisco this year?
Yeah.
Look real good to me.
So that's now 6 years that he's been in the league, and he's played every game in 4 of them.
Yeah.
So
All right, I'm gonna read some more comments here, but let's switch this headline here. Ravens versus Bengals wild card Sunday. Okay, we've been kind of mixing that into the conversation here, but let's break down this game right now. Lamar, what you looking at, B?
Oh no, I gotta upload something. Go ahead.
Okay, right now, Lamar's not practicing. Okay, so for the moment, we assume that he's not playing. I don't even know what's going on with Tyler Huntley. Did he practice?
He's still got his shoulder thing, so he may not play again. It may be Anthony Brown.
That's it, guys.
It's over.
Hey, it's been real. 10-7 season. We had our ups, we had our downs. You know what I'm saying? Look, I mean, congrats to the Bengals. We fought hard. I mean, let's get that all out the way right now, because that's what's going to happen. You better believe they are going to try their hardest to stomp us out. They're going to beat us. That's not even the question here.
Right?
How bad will it be? Right? Can we make it respectable?
They're going to try to TCU you guys. I don't think they'll succeed in that, but I think that's what they want.
Hey, look who's joining the birthday celebration, Mr. OTR Mike. What is going on?
What's up, man?
What's up, Mike?
Look, happy birthday, Mr. Hendo Henny.
Appreciate you,
man. Look, you're a great guy. I appreciate you, man. And
thank you.
Another 365, another circle around, the earth, man. Look, just know we appreciate all the work you're putting in. You're very supportive, man, and that's dope about you. To be able to connect with somebody who you haven't actually met in person is dope, and that says a lot about the type of person that you are. So I wanted to get up here and wish you a happy birthday, many more. When we finally do get up, shots on me, vegan meal on me, whatever.
Hey, listen. I was about to say we're gonna change that soon, because party at Mikey's. I love announcing parties, and I love announcing them at Mikey's place. Okay, that's the venue.
I see.
I've already invited Hendo to the sweater party.
Yes, we did.
But
I'm gonna be at the next one.
But salute to you, Hendo, man. Happy birthday, brother.
I appreciate you. And shout out to Garnett. Garnett hit me up on the personal. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm going to say it's an amazing thing. I was just telling somebody this earlier this morning. Like, it's an amazing thing that you can meet people that can impact your life in such a way. And it's amazing to meet a group of people at one time and just unexpectedly that into your life. And I tell people all the time, I talk to y'all more than I talk to my friends and family. Yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is, but y'all are my guys. So whatever I do, it makes it easy for me to do, because it don't feel like I'm doing something. It just feels like, all right, what's up? What you need? What you want? I got y'all. So shout out to y'all.
Hey, appreciate that. And we that's what we work towards, man. We wanted to build this community. We're trying to build it up, and appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Like 38 people in here, man. That's crazy. Right? That is crazy. Like, y'all show up and just hang out with us every Wednesday. Like, man, it's the middle of the week. That is hard to go work where we work in the city, you know, and then you know, have the energy to come and do this show at nighttime. B literally gets off of work 15 minutes or about 30 minutes before the show starts, right? But once we get going, I mean, when the chat's popping like this, it's easy, it's fun,
right?
You know. And shout out to Shug, here we go.
It wasn't that one yet. It wasn't that yet. Shug, don't worry.
Shug says, Brodney, you don't need to be uploading any videos or clips. Shout out to Hendo. Happy birthday, brother. Jose Brodney Hendo, the GOAT, aka Mike, and the rest of the LBHT crew. It's a new year and big year for all of us. Much love. Hey, much love to you, Shug. Yes.
Thank you.
And everybody, shout out to everybody in the chat that's wishing me a happy birthday. I appreciate y'all. I'm humble. Like, I got emotional today. Like, damn, y'all rock with me like that for real. Like, I'm not an emotional person, but it's just like all of these people that for the past year, I've been on here talking to y'all, getting to know some of y'all. Like, it's all love, and I appreciate every one of y'all.
Yeah. G14 says, we all in this agony. Yes. Yes, man. Like, I hit it. Yes. I hit up Mikey every morning on my way to work just to vent. Okay, they hasn't even started yet, but I know Mikey's already at work, right? And I just got to vent about what I know is going to happen at work.
Right. What I'm on my way into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you later, man. Tomorrow's not gonna be fun either. Jeez. Let's see. Top billing, talking to Marcus, says Roquan is not impactful. What does he impact exactly? He plays against the run on occasionally guards against middle of the field passers. Teams don't really run in this area. I will say this: he does have some impact. I mean, he has elevated the defense. Is it enough?
He won y'all that first game against Pittsburgh.
He did.
Boy, did he. Boy, did he. Shout out to Ben H for a $20 donation. B, what does that say?
That says, happy birthday, Hendo.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, man. Man, we appreciate you guys. What's up, Black Daniels? Thanks for coming through, man. Andre Mir says, to be real, yes, CMC has been healthy. The most part, it can be a better organizational thing, or maybe it's too early to ask that.
Why do you want Christian McCaffrey to be hurt so bad?
Right.
You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do just for you, Andre? We're gonna swing this back to Baltimore and talk about your running back situation. This is gonna be effective. I saw this tweet. I'm sure a lot of you saw it as well. And just kind of, I'm gonna put this up here and just let y'all think about it for a minute. Ravens fullback Patrick Ricard has played more snaps this year than any wide receiver or running back on the team. What a strange offense.
Very strange.
Just soak that in for another couple seconds there. Patrick Ricard. And yes, injury played a role in that, but it's not everything.
Did it?
It did particularly a running back. You know, JK has been out on IR a couple times. Gus has been out a lot. But Demarcus Robinson been there 17 games.
He has.
I heard somebody trying to talk about Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay played 14 games. Why is your fullback playing more than him?
And I mean, he's a fullback, so it doesn't matter who got hurt in the wide receiver core. Why is a fullback getting that many snaps?
It honestly shouldn't matter who got hurt at running back. Why is he getting that many snaps?
That's true.
And B just, you know, he just shook up my world today because it turns out Patrick Ricard, you know, being one of three fullbacks that still play the position, is not the best in the league.
Oh yeah, I'll throw that up there real quick. This is the All-Pro team as voted by the players. Fullback right there says Kyle Juszczyk.
But we knew this
from San Francisco.
Hey, I know that guy.
Right.
the guy who the first guy to tell Baltimore I want to be paid like a tight end, and then he left and got paid like a tight end, and he's the All-Pro first team fullback.
Yes.
Consistently.
Shout out to #LED for the $20 donation for Hendo. Says happy birthday, Hendo. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. Yes. Yeah, Juice. They remember Juice. They remember
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Brent Lawrence said,
and y'all tried to replace him with Marcus Peters, and look at you now. Karma.
Brent Lawrence says he needs to start blocking like that Bengals player. We're all talking about. Oh yeah, yes. We could use that. We could use that.
We could.
So I mean, right now, I'm gonna be with you. If Lamar plays, it's gonna change my whole outlook on this game. I think we win it. That's real impact. That's real impact.
True.
We could just as easily lose it because we're not a well built team.
Mm-hmm.
But the impact that Lamar has, it will make me believe that we could beat them, right? But with no Lamar, I think we get stomped out. Okay, and that's why he's the one that should have been paid first. But I understand the situation. Lamar says, "Hey, you're gonna have to." Well, first of all, I don't agree with it. He says, "Oh, you have to wait until the offseason. We're not going to negotiate anymore." So, what can they do? I'll tell you what they can do. They see him every day. They can say, "I know you said we're not going to talk until the offseason, but what if we give you everything you're asking for?"
Right.
And just we're just speaking hypothetically right now. We're just talking. What if what do you want? Just throw a number out there, and he throws it out there. Hey, I want $250 million guaranteed, and Steve says, "Yep, done." Right? Let's sign it right now. We messed up, but we're gonna give you everything that you're asking for right now. Talk to your people, talk to your mom. Come up with a number, and we will work out that contract right now. Right?
Well, what is there to talk about? If I come to you and give you a contract full of money, I'm just gonna put the paper down on the table and give you a pen. We don't need to talk.
Yeah, right. So this whole he's not gonna discuss it. Whatever. It shouldn't have even gotten to that point. But you can always talk to him. You could always just say, all right, I hear you. Like, message received. Mm-hmm. Give us a number, and we're not gonna play games this time. We're gonna get it done.
Yeah. People say things all the time, right? Hendo says he's not trading a player. I still ask him every week what he wants from that player, right? And listen, sometimes he's really not trading him, and then sometimes I end up with that player on my team. You just got to see. It's like Jose says about GMs, and particularly in basketball. You always call and ask. You never
always call. Yes, you always ask. And shout out to Keeping It Real, man, for coming. Thanks for coming through. Says, what's going on, fellas? Happy birthday, Hendo. Yes. Says definitely gotta get on that pod and talk with you. Yes. As for Sunday's game, the defense will show up and make it tough for Cincy, while the offense will try.
They hit him with the ante. You will try.
What's going on, AJE? AJE says you guys can't say that the Bengals are going to be the Ravens. Be the Ravens Sunday. Let's just wait until we watch the game Sunday. No, we can say whatever we want to say. That's called a prediction.
What do you mean you can't just say that they're going to beat? You never predicted a game. Like, you sound like Baltimore going to lose. You just don't want to hear it.
So if we say Baltimore is going to win, are you going to say, "Hey guys, you can't say that"? We got to wait until the game is played. I don't feel good about this team without Lamar. This is an awful team without Lamar. Like we're picking top 5 the way this team is constructed right now without Lamar. Okay. How many games did Arizona win? Was it like
4?
4 games. They're picking number 3. 4 or 5 wins is what we're looking at without Lamar. Okay. Shout out to Tracy H for the $5 donation. Says, happy birthday, Hendo. LBHT show keeps me going as a Ravens fan. Appreciate you. Now, I guess we should throw this out there, right? We might have some contingency plans in case Lamar goes, and we'll discuss that when the time comes too, because that's the other thing too. You don't owe these teams anything, okay? This is a business. Y'all know this is a business. They treat it like a business, and when a business that you frequent puts out a bad product, you don't keep paying for that product. Okay. Mm-hmm. Make them give you what you want. George Pickens makes his appearance for $4.20. Says, had to stop by and see my favorite Panthers podcast on YouTube. Oh, here we go. I see what you did there. Says, happy birthday to the to Hendo from the wide receiver who should have been a Raven. Good luck Sunday for me. For me, I'll be getting ready to be even better next year and take over the league. See you around.
But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I always compare it with movies. Like if you went to the theaters and you saw Dune, last year or whatever came out, and you said this movie was bad, are you going to Dune 2? Why? Right? It's entertainment. That's all it is. Don't let multi-billion-dollar corporations buy your loyalty with no money.
Hey,
they're not giving you anything for it.
I got news for you, Marco G. Marco G says 250 million guaranteed seems too much, to be honest. But if he wants 200 guaranteed, they should give it to him ASAP. I got news for you. 250 million is the minimum. A linebacker just got 60 million guaranteed. An inside linebacker. All right. You have Deshaun Watson who got 230 million guaranteed, and everybody wants to say that's an outlier. It is not an outlier. That is just a glimpse into the future.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's going to happen. You have quarterbacks that are going to get their money this year. Joe Burrow is going to get paid probably this offseason. The Bengals aren't going to wait for that. You have Justin Herbert, who's just making the playoffs for the first time this season. They're not going to wait for him to get his money. They're going to pay him now. Both of those contracts are going to get close to 250 guaranteed. I'm certain of it. And then whatever comes up in the future, that's just the way it is. And let's be real. You don't want to give him 250, but 200, you're cool with that. You're gonna let 50 mil mess this up
over 5 years,
right? You're gonna let that you gonna let that mess this deal up? No.
And you gotta remember too. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hendo.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the part that gets me with Ravens fans and just people in general is they trip over the 250 and say, "Oh, he's not worth it. He gets hurt. He does this." If they franchise tag him for the next 2 years, it's 100 million. It's over 100 million guaranteed for 2 years. Then if they resign him after that, what do you think that they're going to pay him for the rest of his contract? So you're going to go well over 250 in less than the 4 to 6 years that you're going to sign him for. So I don't see what the problem is.
Right. And this is a lesson in NFL economics, right? No matter what number you hear today, 2 years from now, it's not going to be that bad. Like people were tripping over James Bradbury when he got signed. He got, I believe it was $17 million a year. And Panthers fans like, oh man, that's too much. Can't do it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, a year from now, you're going to look at that contract and say it's a steal. Didn't take a year. It took about 3 weeks for another corner to get more money. We're talking about 250 million guaranteed for Lamar, hypothetically. Remember a few years ago when Pat Mahomes signed his deal and he got 141 million guaranteed, and we all thought, oh my God, that's the craziest contract I ever saw. Even if you take away Deshaun Watson, Russell Westbrook just signed for 164, so that's 20-some million more than Pat Mahomes. And then Kyler Murray signed for 189 guaranteed. That's my bad. Yeah. Wilson. But then Kyler Murray signed for 189 guaranteed. That's another 20 plus million over what Russ got. What do you think the number is going to be after Burrow and after Herbert and even after Daniel Jones? Yeah. Who's going to be looking to get signed this offseason too? Yeah. Like that number is going to come and go much faster than you think.
Yeah. I get the narrative. I get the narrative, or the argument that could be put is, hey, he 2 years in a row, he didn't finish the season, and that could be a concern, all that stuff. I think everybody understands the nature of the injury and his situation. And I don't think that's a real concern when it comes down to teams wanting to pay him, but more so they're looking at what this team is when he's not on the field. Last year we lost like 6 in a row, right? Or something like that. 5 in a row.
We lost 6 in a row.
6 in a row. One of them he was playing in. Then we lost 5 in a row without him. And this year I think we won 2 games. We barely made it to the playoffs, and we looked terrible. And shout out to King Pickett for $1.11 says, "Are you not entertained?" Hendo always making fun of my baby hands, but these mittens was rated E for everyone. And everyone can get these small digits. Happy birthday, Hendo, from the undersized meat hooks.
Appreciate you.
See, even Steelers players love this podcast. Okay,
Thanks.
appreciate it. But yeah, seeing how bad this team is, I mean, it looked worse this year than last year, even though we got a couple of wins, right? Because we played much worse teams, and the offense looks like nothing, right? I mean, even in a win, it's just hard to watch. That Falcons game, that was hard to watch, you know. And then we turn and then you know, losing to the Browns, losing to the Steelers the last second, like it's just awful football. Everybody knows what this team is, and because they did such a bad job with it, I just don't see a way for it to get better if you don't have Lamar next year. I don't. So.
Yeah, it's crazy because in the last 6 games of the season, it took the final game, week 18, for us to score the most points, and 16 points. So out of those 6 games, 16 was the most points that we scored in a game with our third string quarterback. We scored 3 points against Cleveland, one of them. Like, who scores 3 points in a game?
Right.
And you think that Lamar's not important?
Right.
Yeah. G14 Classified says, watch Lamar go somewhere else and his game goes to another level. Greatness sharpens greatness. Lamar with real top talent sharpens his nuances and mental game. Bunch of fools in this front office. Yeah.
That's all I said. You got to look at running backs and wide receivers and even the O-line, just everybody that you put around your quarterback as multipliers of your quarterback skill. Because, if you put him, I mean, look, Tua looked like a borderline NFL quarterback. And then they gave him Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And, up until he started getting injured and getting concussions and everything, he was one of the top quarterbacks in the league. When you put talent around people, it takes the pressure off. The margin for error grows. Like, Lamar, if he throws a deep pass and it's overthrown by a couple yards and you don't complete it, that's it for Baltimore. Mm-hmm. But for Pat Mahomes, for Tua, for Jalen Hurts, even for Tom Brady down there in Tampa, they come right back and those players make the plays for him, even if they don't throw a great pass. Lamar's just never had that in Baltimore. He's never had a player, because even Mark Andrews doesn't do this. Mark Andrews doesn't erase bad throws for Lamar. Mark Andrews erases good throws from Lamar because he drops them.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have guys who make plays like even George Pickens is doing as a rookie in Pittsburgh. Making catches just outside of his frame. Yeah. That's just not a thing in Baltimore. And when Lamar leaves and he goes to Carolina and he's throwing that ball to DJ Moore, all of y'all are going to be so upset at what you let walk out the door.
Mikey, what you got, man?
Nah, I mean, look, y'all hitting it on the head. I mean, everything is true. If they let this guy walk out of here, it's going to be a huge, huge mistake. And I think he's going to show out no matter where he goes. I mean, if he stays here, he's going to show out. If he goes to the Utah, Jaguars, he's going to show out. No matter where he goes, he's going to show out. And it'll just be a big mistake that they do that here. It's getting to the point now where, I mean, they got a huge decision to make. I just don't trust them in handling this situation. We'll see. I'm optimistic, but that is slowly waning. It's just looking it's looking ugly, man. It's just looking ugly. It's a bad situation. My selfishness would like to see him play, but realistically, it's like I hope he doesn't. Right? If he's not 100%, why am I going to? And I truly feel like Lamar not being 100%. If he was secure in his contract, he would give it a shot to go for sure.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, they put him in a situation where he has to weigh that against all of this. And anybody that says that that's selfish, they're crazy, right? Because he now has to think about his future and his future against a team or with a team that doesn't seem to be willing to lock him up long term like he wants to be. So we'll see how it goes, man. But it's not looking good in this town, and it'll be a sad day. It'll be like when the Mayflower trucks rolled out of Baltimore City.
Oh man!
If Lamar pulls out of here, that's how it's gonna feel for me.
And shout out to the NFL schedule makers for putting Baltimore Cincinnati in the Sunday night 8:15 spot without knowing that Lamar was going to play. John Harbaugh got y'all too.
hey, listen, we're gonna be on prime time, and all they're gonna be talking about is if Lamar were out here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's gonna be a prime time game where we look inept on offense, and all they're gonna be talking about is how we miss Lamar, and maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's what Bashad needs. He needs to be shamed a little bit more, right? On prime time in the public, and everybody's talking about his team and just laughing like, yo, what a joke for him to say, man. You know what? I've seen enough. Because the one thing I'll say about Bashad, because yes, we've been sitting here saying, hey, Bashad won't pay it. Bashad won't pay it. Bashad has been known to change his mind on the drop of a dime.
True.
Okay. And he could be saying no right now, and then you don't know what the last straw will be for him. But there is a last straw, and he could just be like, look, all y'all gotta go. Get out. I gotta start over. And Lamar, I'm gonna cut you that check. Don't go anywhere. Like, I mean, he didn't want to play Flacco either.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to pay Flacco either. I know Ozzie didn't want to pay Flacco. I think Bashai stepped in after he won the Super Bowl and said, yeah, just write the check. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But one thing I say, yes, people will call him selfish. It's business.
Right.
So you can call him what you want, but the team is being greedy. Okay. There's precedence for him to get the money he's asking for. He's asking to get the same kind of guarantees that Deshaun Watson got, a lesser quarterback. Just because, huh?
I'm a lesser person.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, doesn't matter if you don't like it. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, league MVP.
Mm-hmm.
It's warranted. You just want to get him at a discount. He said, no discounts over here. But that's how business plays out. So you get what you pay for. And shout out to Raven Ron for the $1.99. Appreciate it. It says, yo, Mike, why you peeling up old scars with the Mayflower truck reference, bro?
No, man, like that's how it's gonna feel. That's how it's gonna feel for me.
Sure.
We have not had a great quarterback like this, and ever in this franchise. I mean, Steve McNair came in town, but he was on the tail end of his career. But we haven't seen that, and he's young. He's young enough to be around here for a long time. So it's just like one of those things. You let him go, then we'll be rebuilding at that position again. And let's ask ourselves a question: like, do we trust this front office in making the right? Let's say they get 50 draft picks for Lamar. Like, do we trust them in making the right picks that it'll work out for this team in the long run? We don't. We don't feel comfortable with that. You know what I mean? So, it's just it'll be ugly. It'll be ugly if he leaves out of here.
Okay, so
Carolina won't.
Well, first of all, Bobby, I just wanted to say that. Listen, I know that they're going to label him selfish and not a team player, and they're going to say so many things about Lamar that it's going to make us a little upset. But end of next season, when Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill have combined for 50 touchdowns, they're going to forget. They're going to forget.
Carolina ain't got that. They ain't got picks for all of them. All right, it's DJ, maybe DeAndre. Maybe they can get DeAndre out of Arizona. But I think Tyreek and Jalen Waddle are staying put.
Oh, no,
I like you thinking big, though. I like you thinking big.
Shout out to Money Making Mitch for a $1 donation. Says, OG LBHT fans, remember when y'all said $45 million a year was going to be a bargain, and look at it now. Thank you, Money Making Mitch. Thank you. Yes, we did say that. I said I would pay him 50.
Yep. And people thought you were crazy.
I said there's no number that's too high. Right now, if he says I want $60 million a year, I would say yes. Right? Who cares? Right? Like you're not building around him. You're not spending the money. I mean, this is what you're gonna spend your money on. Roquan Smith, he can go. Right? Like we don't need him. No. Right? If that's what you're gonna use your money for, you could have held on to that. Right? I love Roquan Smith. I got no problem with getting the money. But if that's what was the barrier to you getting Lamar a contract, Bye. All right. I mean, you drafted Patrick Queen in the first round, right? You gonna say, PQ, take notes from him, and we're gonna get you a nice bargain deal on your next contract. Okay, you can stay here. But no, whatever money you have, you gotta figure it out and get Lamar his money. And I don't want to hear, oh well, you're not gonna have any money put in the team. You're not putting anything into the team. Everything that you put into the team is on the defensive side, and all they're doing is letting us down. All right.
Thanks.
Let's see. That's incredible. Says, can I have a shout out? Oh, okay. Shout out to you.
Indeed. I remember that TV show. That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yes. Hashtag making enough. You know the hashtag.
Hey, they can get rid of Marcus Williams too. In my opinion, to sign Lamar, get rid of Marcus Williams. We're the 26th ranked pass defense in the league. He didn't make that much of a difference.
Oh, again, another excellent player.
Exactly.
But why do we draft Kyle Hamilton? All right. Chuck Clark is playing fine. I mean, that's a luxury. That's a luxury. All right. What was the donation you put up there before, B?
Yeah, we had a $25 donation from Anonymous. It says, how soon will Harbaugh and Roman be let go? I'm going to say that when Lamar is traded, they get one more year, then they're both gone.
Oh, what do you guys think?
I think Harb steps down.
Like this year?
I think he steps down this year.
I was going there, Mikey.
I don't think he can handle what this circus has become, right? And that he's been the ringleader of it.
Right.
But I think it's just got out of control for too much out of control for him. I think he's out. I think he's gonna leave, and I think Roman, the whole crew follows. Now, my problem is what I'm scared of is that Bisciotti and them have fell for this young hotshot defensive coordinator that we have, and he's named the head guy. That's what I'm afraid of. But I just have this feeling that Harbs is done. I mean, listen, 15 years. If it might be time to be done. This might be time to move on. It's 15 years in one place. It's a long time. You know what I mean? So it might be time, but I feel like he's out.
There are much bigger things to be afraid of, Mike. Like Baltimore being the one to make the offer to the man in Michigan. The Michigan man.
Facts.
I think I'm thinking along the lines of Mikey. I can see him. He looks tired, right? He looks tired. I can see him stepping down. Either way, even if they keep Lamar, I can see him saying, "Yeah, all right. I just I need some time or whatever." Right? EDC should step down if they don't get that deal done from Lamar, right? Because I think we all believe that these guys want to get the deal done. Bisciotti is the one that doesn't want to cut the check. And if I'm EDC, who has a stellar reputation, right, who's been loyal to this team for decades, he could have been out a long time ago, and he stayed as the assistant GM, as the successor to Ozzie. And I would have been told him, look, I showed you all this loyalty, man. Like you gotta trust me on this, right? Let me bring in my guys. Let me bring in my coach, because the rumor around here for years was, Harbaugh wasn't his guy. Look, let me take over now. Let me take this team in the direction it needs to go in. And if they're not willing to do that, then he should step down. And this should be the last straw for him. He should say, look, I can't let a young MVP, the only one we've ever had, walk out the door when he's about to enter his prime, because we're too cheap. I don't want my name tied to that. So if we don't get it done, I'm out. So, all right, we got some donations here I gotta read real quick. B, shout out to Marco G. Says, if people call Lamar selfish for making a business decision, they should also call Ravens selfish for wanting Lamar to play less than 100% with no contract and no elite talent at wide receiver. Like that one. And Anonymous for $4.20 says Kyler and D Hop for Lamar. I failed to mention this at the beginning. We're already over an hour into this, but if you're wondering, look, there's 150 people in here. You go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But if you're wondering how is Microphone Man, that's who this guy is right here, that keeps giving you guys the raised fist. How is he doing that? Okay, that's how we do our super chat over here. And there are two ways to do that. One is $LBHT show. It's not up right now. B took it down. Hold on.
I did not take it down.
$LBHT show, right in the corner next to Mikey. Okay, that's the Cash App. That is the Cash App. The other way is the pin link. Yes, the other way is a pin link that you see in the chat box. That will take you to our Stream Elements page. Both ways. Well, you can leave your donation, leave your comment, and Microphone Man will give you the raised fist. Now, there's also another Stream Elements in there. That is to our guy Hendo. His Stream Elements is not tied to this, so you won't get the raised fist from Microphone Man, but we will salute you, okay? And we're doing this because it is his birthday, okay? So you want to send him a little birthday love, you go right ahead and do that. Now, look.
The big 2-8.
Yes. Yes. All right. Listen. This is a Ravens and Panthers stream, okay?
Thanks.
And we've already gone. We should be wrapping up the show right now, but you guys been showing so much love. We just been hanging out with y'all, okay? But before we get to the Panthers portion, because we got some Panthers stuff to talk about, we got Panthers fans in here, okay? They ready to talk about what they're going to do at head coach. They are searching for a head coach. We're going to get to that. But first, a word from our sponsors. Ourselves. Yes. Look, patreon.com, right below the fellas down there. Patreon.com/LBHT show. Okay. You guys have been supporting. If you want to support some more, that's how you do it. Okay. We are building a community, okay, for as little as $3 a month. Okay. Or about 30 some odd dollars per year. Okay. You get a little discount if you do it annually. You can sign up to our Patreon, which will give you access to our Discord, which is essentially is a one-time fee, right? Once you're in, you're in. We don't kick anybody out, right? So you sign up, and after a while, money gets a little tight. Maybe you say, hey, I don't want to put my $3 into you guys. I want to put my $3 into Hendo's Patreon, because Hendo has a Patreon as well, right? It's cool. You still keep it in the community, right? You're still welcome. You'll always be welcome into the Discord. All right. But we got some other tiers, and B's going to break down those tiers right now.
Yeah, so we have the $3 tier, which is kind of a general support tier, but it also gets you entrance into our NFL Pick'em League that we do every year, and where we give away a custom LBHT trophy at the end of the season to the winner. I was going to take it down. Take it down. His one birthday wish was to not see that picture again.
I didn't get that wish. Sorry.
Was to not, I was getting
listen.
We can't bring up Pat Champs.
That's the real champion who
I gotta bring up the previous champions. Wow. This is a preview to the new champion.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Yes.
The real champion.
He said no mic. That's all he said. No mic.
The real champion who won, the original way. Not with these new rules, but I ain't calling nobody out.
If you're doing the original way, I think Adelia would have won.
No kidding.
No.
I would have lost. I would have been lost if we did the original way. But I'm just saying.
But anyway, that's what happens in the Pick'em League. It's not great. I tried to tell Hendo if he won, he wasn't going to get a trophy. But
the Dynasty League is even worse.
Overruled on that. It's on its way. It's getting shipped to. So you'll have that the trophy probably in about 2 weeks or so. He's got to make it and ship it out and everything, but it's coming. We also have the $10 tier because yes, we are talking about Patreon, and that gets you the LBHT Crew coin that Jose has right there, and it also gets you into our fantasy football leagues. We have a dynasty league going on right now. We also do a redraft league every year. For the dynasty league, the champion receives the custom championship belt.
Wow!
This year that was Buck. I don't know how.
Nobody knows.
But we're going to be mailing this out to Buck, so he'll have that soon. Congratulations!
Shout out to Buck.
Don't say we'll mail it out soon. He'll get it whenever.
Let me tell you the move. Let me tell you the move that closed it out for Buck. Buck wagered all his money to get Brock Purdy. And it paid off. We thought he was crazy when he put all that money up for Brock.
Yeah,
it paid off. So
you got the coin. I think I gave you the original coin too. Yes.
So yeah, that and we also have the $20 tier, which is a combined tier for this show and our boxing podcast that we do with OTR Mike right here, Ring Kings podcast. So you get everything I mentioned, plus our custom poker deck featuring our top 25 fighters of all time. And all of the tiers get you into the overtime show that we do every week following the live show. And of course, all of the tiers get you into the Discord server.
And if you want to get banned, you hit up Suge, who's selling the bootleg coins. Suge does love bootlegging our stuff. Okay, if you need a bootleg link to our overtime show, hit up Suge. You need some bootleg shirts from the swap meet, you hit up Suge. Okay, that's the guy. That's our guy in the streets. Okay. Also, if you're digging the merch, what I'm wearing right now, you got to hit up Hendo. Hendo, where can they find your merch?
If you go to my channel, look under any video, Spreadshock, therogueshop.com. You can get it from there. Also, listen, I just want to throw this out there for Agent E, because he always has some smart stuff to say in the comments. What they have for their patronage, I have for mine as well. It's just that right now I don't have any pictures of the Pick'em or the Fantasy League champion, because he is I and I am him.
I just want you to know I played Hendo in his championship game, and
I feel so bad.
Like, I don't want to complain, right? I sound like Skip, but I'm like, when we gonna finish this game? You know, but I only need a handful of points to get this W.
He needed 12 points. He needed 12 points.
And I had Jamar Chase.
He had 0 points at the end of the first quarter.
Oh my god, man!
And I'm sitting there sweating.
I was like, all he needs is for him to get a touchdown catch, like he'll get at some point, and you know, we're gonna be straight. And look, I said I didn't want to sound like Skip, so I kept quiet. I bit my tongue, but I was definitely waiting for that makeup game. When that didn't come, just
so you know.
So we will never ever vote for a player for the team that could have had Donovan Mitchell and said we'd rather just give RJ Barrett a little more money right now for absolutely no reason.
All right. So okay, all right. Let's finish our ads here, B. Let's finish our ads so we can get some Panthers talk.
I did finish.
I'm not finished.
But why are you telling me like I got work to do? You go ahead, do what you gotta do.
You're talking to people. You're talking over my ad.
Down.
You're talking
down.
Look at the two brothers fight, guys.
LBHTshow.com/shop. Okay, if you like the merch, if you like what we're wearing, you like what you see here, there's that and more. If you go right there, look at this guy right here. He doesn't look happy. He looks very sad. That's because we told him, look, you can't keep the shirt, man. Okay, just put it on, take a picture, okay, model it for us, and then give it back. He was like, "Oh man, you should have seen how you looked when we first handed it to him. He was ecstatic." Okay, all right. But it is,
and the reason why he's so mad is because that Egyptian like cotton feels so good on his skin, and he's so mad that he cannot keep that. So
yes,
all of the merch that you see is Egyptian like cotton. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yes, that you see me wear that a few times on the show. Okay, that's our Baltimore Ravens City edition shirt. Okay, the outline of East and West Baltimore. Make sure you check that out as well. I think we still have this sweater on here, even though the holidays is over. You better get that while it's still out there. Get that ready for next year.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And also, while we have the crew here, okay, all of us here, okay, we got channels, we make appearances somewhere. We're all part of the round table. Okay, you guys see Coach Evans in the chat. Okay, you go to Sip to Tally Films. Okay, Sip to Tally. Make sure you go over there and subscribe every month. Well, first of all, watch him every day because he puts out stuff almost every day. He'll educate you. But every Monday at 9:00 is when we have the Ravens Roundtable. Okay, that's featuring our guy, Mr. Hendo, Ravens Online Ungatekeepers. Okay, make sure you subscribe over there. Our guy, Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover Podcast. Okay, they have a channel too. Make sure you subscribe there. Also, Mr. OTR Mike, Open Mic with OTR Mike. Okay, go over there, subscribe. All dope content. Raven stuff. Mikey talks about a little bit of everything. Okay, so great conversations we have over there. a lot more things we have in store for you guys. So make sure you're supporting, make sure you subscribed, and yeah, we appreciate everybody that's in here rocking with us. Davon says, and what's better than Sip 2 Tally? More Sip 2 Tally. That's right. He's got another one. More Sip 2 Tally. Subscribe to both channels. Okay, especially this off season, because he's gonna be breaking down film from a bunch of different teams and prospects and things like that. All right. Okay, now Panthers portion of the show. All right.
Yeah, and when you're talking about Baltimore and Harbaugh maybe stepping down, what's going to happen with Roman and all that whole crew there, I want to say it really would be in their best interest if he did step down, or to just go ahead and fire all of them right now, because there are a lot of really quality candidates out there right now who, if you mess around for another year or two with the Harbaughs, maybe won't be there anymore, right? Yeah. But Carolina, they finally did the right thing, and they put Matt Rule out of his misery. They let him run back down to college to get another 8-year deal. Swindled the University of Nebraska. But Carolina's out there. They've got a list of coaches that they're looking to interview, and it's mostly, thankfully, on the offensive side of the ball. They're out there. They're talking with Ben Johnson, Shane. I want to say it's Steichen. I can never. I don't know how to pronounce that. They're talking to Jim Caldwell, former Raven coach, and they're talking to Ken Dorsey. They requested a couple other coaches as well. I believe the only defensive-minded coach that they requested, I believe, was DeMeco Ryans, but I'm not 100% sure. I got to see an up-to-date list. But man, it's such a great time to need a head coach, because there's all of these bright young coaches out there ready to step up and kind of take this league forward. Because the NFL has a coaching crisis, and they have for a while now, where they keep these old guys around who have not really changed with the times. And that's the thing. Like, that's part of why it's so hard to find quarterbacks, so hard to find offensive linemen. It's not that the talent isn't there; it's that the coaching isn't there to develop them. Jose had mentioned earlier Jason Campbell, who was I think would have been a very solid quarterback for a long time in this league if he not ended up in Washington. Mm-hmm. You look at Josh Allen, right? Absolute trash in his first year. Yeah, and now he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. That's a lot of that's down to coaching, right? And that guy's going to New York, and he's trying to coach up Daniel Jones, and all of a sudden they want to re-sign Daniel Jones, even though he's been garbage for 4 years.
Yes.
And then you look at the teams that don't have it, right? And it's very clear the difference, and you can see when talent gets just kind of wasted. And I think that Carolina is going in that direction where they're saying, hey, you know what? We don't want these old guys, these old retreads, the Sean Paytons, the Jim Harbaughs, etc. We want to get a young guy who's kind of, in step with the future of what this league's going to be. And most importantly, they're going to get their quarterback this offseason. I know a lot of you don't want it to be Lamar. It's going to be Lamar. But let's just say, in the off chance that it isn't.
I was gonna tell a joke, but I don't want. But like every time I tell a joke about the Panthers, it turns out to be true. So I'm gonna keep quiet.
Go ahead, and tell your joke.
No, I have jinxed.
Please,
guys, I have jinxed this team.
Tell your joke. Go ahead.
Nope, I refuse.
Go ahead, tell your joke.
Every time I make a joke about the Panthers,
this is where the show ends unless you tell the joke. Show's done right now. Okay.
Now, I just want you to know, if it ends up happening, you don't. It's not my fault.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it. Let's hear the joke.
Look, they clearly are trying to get quarterbacks from that draft class, right? So naturally, you would think, hey, they tried out the top two, and then Josh Allen's not available. They go to Lamar next, but there's one quarterback in between who's available, who was picked higher. Josh Rosen. They gonna look at him like, man, he just needs an opportunity, man. He just needs an opportunity.
Not what you was expecting, huh?
I hate all of y'all, man.
You won't even have to give up a second round pick for him.
I'm sitting here and I'm just like, Baker, Darnold, they're gonna go after Lamar, Oh my God. Look, Josh Rosen, he's on to his next career. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay. Where I thought you were going was Will Levis, and I would not abide that. All right. But no, dude, God damn it, Josh. to get back to, I was saying, like they're very clearly looking for someone who they believe can develop the next quarterback, right? And I think that's the smart way to go about it. You have to think as an entire organization. Yeah. And the question is, did Buck say it?
Yeah, Buck has been. But Buck Jinx is our team, not your team.
Yes. They're picking ninth. I think, if there's no Lamar trade, that's a kind of a sweet spot to end up with Anthony Richardson. And if they get Anthony Richardson and they pair him with a guy like Ken Dorsey, who helped develop Cam and then went on to Buffalo and helped develop Josh Allen, I think the future is very, very bright in Carolina. If they draft Will Levis, we're gonna spend some of the offseason picking a new team. And and you'll all be along for the ride for that, and that'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I can't imagine them burning that pick on Will Levis and just dooming us to more mediocrity.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
What happened when Justin Fields is available?
Justin Fields is not available.
No, when he was available, who did y'all say?
Justin Fields is not available. So I don't know.
But during that draft,
which draft is it? The 2023 draft is in April. So I'm not sure.
Word is he is available.
Oh,
he's not available though.
Oh, y'all took J.C. Horn.
They pulled a Raven.
Listen, Matt Rule, you heard the question. Okay?
They pulled a Raven. I'm not proud of it. I'm not happy about it. And I was very clear that I was not happy about it because J.C. Horn is a good player, a very good player, and he was about the fifth best pick they could have made at that spot. It wasn't even about just Justin Fields,
right?
Because if you didn't take Justin Fields, you didn't believe in Justin Fields. Okay. I can get with you on that. Take Rashawn Slater. Oh, but his arms are too short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fine. Let's say.
Shout out to Raven C.
No, get him the hell out of here. No shout out to Raven C.
But so we've discussed this.
Don't make me. I'm taking it down.
Well, I'm taking it down, but I want to bring this. We're talking about coaching. We're talking about coaching, right? Now, I'm sure you said it joking, but like Jim Harbaugh was a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like you if you end up with Jim Harbaugh,
Jim Harbaugh was a good coach until he blew up all of his relationships in San Francisco, and then he brought the NCAA down on the Michigan Wolverines.
I don't care about
hightailing it out of there.
I don't care about. I don't care about.
It's time to run.
Yeah, I don't care about the amateurs. Okay,
no, you can say you don't care about the penalties. That's fine. I don't care about that either. I care about him hightailing it out of there, though, out of both jobs.
Smart. Hey, Pete Carroll did it, and what did it get him?
Yeah, true.
Super Bowl.
Pete did it.
Pete did it one time.
Yeah. Who else did it?
Jim doing it twice.
Second time's a charm.
And again, he's got the
Stanford didn't get any.
No. I'm talking about San Francisco and Michigan. He ran out of both of those jobs.
Ran him out.
He's got the stink of desperation on him.
They ran him out of San Francisco.
He's got the stink of desperation, and I don't want it. He begged to be Minnesota's coach last year, and they're like, "Nah, man."
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You prefer Ken Dorsey, right? If you had a choice, okay. And Ken Dorsey currently coaches who at quarterback?
He's currently coaching Josh Allen.
And Levis.
It's not Josh Allen. I know we're going with this, right? I don't want to hear because listen to this though. Who is Anthony Richardson's comp, and who did Ken Dorsey coach first? Cam Newton in Carolina.
But I'm hearing Will Levis. His comp is Josh Allen, so maybe that intrigues Mr. Dorsey.
Listen, I'm not saying that Will Levis can't be good. I'm not saying that at all. Right? I don't have anything against Will Levis personally. I'm saying how many times can that work? How many times can the guy who just doesn't look like he has it in college turn into a great quarterback? And I don't want to.
You only need it one more time.
I know, but what if it's only once though? That's
but that is something to consider, right? Whoever comes in as coach, they're gonna have a huge say in the quarterback. That gets brought in there, whether it's a veteran, whether it somebody through trade, whether it's draft. So that is something to really consider. On both sides, right? What does David Tepper want there? David Tepper has made it clear he's looking for. He said he wants to make a big splash. He wants like a notable quarterback to sell tickets now. He doesn't want to go the rookie route, which is why they passed up on Justin Fields, right? But a year later and everything's come crumbling down. Maybe he's had a change of heart, right? Things fell through with Matt Stafford. They fell through with Deshaun Watson. Does he want to take another shot to get Lamar, or does he say, hey, passing up on good young quarterbacks isn't the way to go. We need to look towards the draft.
I think if Lamar shows interest, like actual interest in Carolina, like he says, hey, no, that's somewhere I would like to go.
Yeah,
they will be all in on getting Lamar. I fully believe that. If Lamar doesn't, show that interest in Carolina, like, hey, he wants to play in Miami, he wants to play in San Francisco, whatever, then I think they won't bother and they'll go with the draft. And Rock, I see your comments about tanking for Drake May. They cannot tank for Drake May. They've already built the O-line. That's all that's in place. And the team is too good to tank for Drake May.
Drake May is coming out in the following year, not this
yes.
draft class, right? Yeah.
Right. And they should have been tanking for a quarterback this year, and they just won way too many games. So they're not a team that's going to be picking in the top 3 in 2024.
What about Fields? Would you be interested in trading for Fields?
I would be interested in trading for Fields. I wouldn't be interested in having to hear about how they could have just drafted him and then they gave up multiple picks to get him. But I would be interested in getting Justin Fields. Yeah.
So
I don't think they're going to trade him.
But what is the likelihood with the play down the stretch of them re-signing Sam Darnold?
No, 0.
Sam Darnold looked good.
Sam Darnold did not look good. You stop.
I'm sorry. He looked better. I'm sorry. He looked better.
Birthday, you're telling me.
He looked better. He looked better than he had in the past.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does.
He look like trash.
Listen, y'all got wins. Scam Darnold.
You see here. This is my guy Rock right here. Not Will Levis.
Oh, that's right. He's not a Will Levis fan. That's right.
This man has a blood feud going on. I don't know why, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm riding with Rock on this one. All right.
Okay. Alhaji Uba. Did I say that right? Give me a thumbs up if I did. He says Sam Darnold was my draft bust. I thought he was going to be nice. I think we all did. I thought Sam Darnold was
that one bowl game against, I think it was Penn State, and I was like, that man is a goddamn star. It didn't really work out like that. But he's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Had he gone to a better organization with better coaching, I think he would be that guy.
Baja, okay.
Because you saw, to Hendo's point, like he didn't play well, but to Hendo's point, when he was out hurt, they said he went and he put in a lot of work. He was sitting in defensive meetings trying to understand the game from the other side, and he came back and he did play much better than he had played before. He took care of the ball much better than he had been doing before. And I think that had he been getting that kind of coaching, good solid coaching from the beginning, he'd still be the franchise quarterback in New York. And they'd be in the playoffs and they'd be looking to make a run. But you brought him in. He was 20 years old. You gave him Adam Gase, who employs crackheads, and you saw what happened.
Not crackhead, cokehead.
Okay?
Cokehead.
I'm sorry.
There's a difference.
I'm sorry. You don't know what else that dude's doing.
That man. I mean, Chad,
is he still an NFL coach? You think he can still afford coach?
He is. Didn't he go to San Francisco?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's still there. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Do you guys know what we're talking about, Chad? I forget his name already, but this man was snorting coke on camera at the facility to send
when he was supposed to be in a meeting
to send to his stripper girlfriend
who didn't even like him.
Right. Woo, boy, that was
because you said that wrong. It wasn't his stripper girlfriend. It was someone he thought was his girlfriend. She was just a stripper.
Listen. The privilege that you get for being a coach, being a white coach, because you want. I mean, that should have been the story.
But remember,
nothing happened to him, right?
Right. Remember when Eric Bieniemy yelled at Pat Mahomes and he can't get a head coaching job? Right.
Amazing.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right. B. So they've been asking names. Give me some names. I mean, we talked about it last week and last year. But it's funny when people ask this question. Well, you know, who are you looking at if we get rid of this person? We always have names, but the answer always is the right person, right? Yeah. But throw out a couple names one more time.
For the Panthers head coach.
Yes,
I think it's a slam dunk. I mean, there's like I said, there's a ton of good candidates. Apparently, Ben Johnson, the OC in Detroit, has ties to Carolina as well. I guess he grew up in Carolina or went to school in Carolina. North Carolina, I should say. There's no state called Carolina. But for me, I think the slam dunk hire is Ken Dorsey. I think he's going to be a very good head coach. If not Ken Dorsey, Byron Leftwich, Eric Bieniemy, Ben Johnson. I'm just going to ignore it, Endo, because it's your birthday. Ben Johnson, Shane out of Philly. I'm not Steichen. I'll just say Steichen. I don't know if that's correct. I really like those guys as the top candidates. I'd be interested in Jim Caldwell as well. Since they're bringing in a young quarterback, I think he's a guy who really knows, he really understands quarterback play and raises the level of every quarterback that he's coached. You know, Peyton Manning credits him with taking his game to another level. Matt Stafford played his best football with Jim Caldwell, and now he's just out the league because reasons.
No.
Well, reason. Anyway.
We got jokes here. Cliff?
No
Greg Roman?
No, I'm good. The rumor mill is saying Greg Roman to Washington.
Sure.
They just fired Scott Turner.
Good.
Should says Byron Leftwich is going to the Steelers as OC. Byron's next move is going to be head coach. He already got an offer for a head coaching job.
Right. Yeah.
He'll get more this offseason, I believe. If he's going to be just stay OC, then he'll stay in Tampa, right? Okay, all right. Do we want to do? I didn't put up anything for the playoff things, but we want to do some playoff picks
on that. Or Hendo got us there.
Okay. I was actually looking at this one earlier. All right. This is definitely gonna be rapid fire. It's not that many games. Okay. All right. You guys know the drill. If you don't know the drill, type along. If you want to keep up, type your picks in the chat. Okay, we're gonna go through these real quick. Just a wild card round. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, B. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the AFC, the 4 or 5 matchup. The Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville was on fire to end the season, and the Chargers have Justin Herbert. So I'm taking Justin Herbert. Trevor Lawrence and them are not. I don't think they're ready yet.
Yeah, I got the Bolts.
I'm gonna go with the Jags. Mike Williams might be hurt. They got a couple of injuries over there in San Diego. I think Trevor Lawrence and Etienne pull this one out.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm gonna go with the Jags.
Okay. Next up, we got Cincinnati hosting the Baltimore Ravens. We've talked about this quite a bit. I'm definitely taking Cincinnati. It looks like Lamar's not playing, and I think Cincinnati wins this one big.
Yep, Cincinnati.
I gave the score on the last show, but I believe it was 31-13.
Yeah.
Okay. You said 21-13?
31-13.
31-13. I'm going to say 38-17.
All right, I'm going with the Bengals.
Jared says Cincinnati 100-3.
Listen, no, they're not. Listen, I think that Joe Burrow and them are a petty bunch, and they think that we assaulted them in the ring. So I think they're out to actually put up 1,000 yards on us. So I'm going to go Cincinnati 42-12.
Ooh, wow.
Dang. So they get smacked.
Somebody will get assaulted if they try to run up the score.
65-7. The Bengals.
They out there in the fourth quarter still trying to air it out. Somebody not making it home.
I like that little. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Nah, I was gonna say, not so fast, my friend. Baltimore pulls off the upset here.
Okay.
17-16.5.
What was your upset special last week?
Denver.
They won.
Denver
They
over
did
the
win.
Chargers.
They did win. Yeah, you've been on a little streak.
Now, mind you, my pick is contingent on whether Lamar plays. If Lamar is playing, then I'm changing it.
My pick stays the same regardless.
Yeah, my pick for if Lamar plays was Cincinnati 31-28.
Okay.
I did like that little bit of foreshadowing you did there, Hendo, with the assault in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be something to look out for on Ring Kings podcast. Yeah. Next up, we got, this is actually the first game of the day on Sunday, I believe. The Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills. This is one of two games this weekend featuring a starting quarterback who was drafted in the 7th round. Both rookies. This one is Skylar Thompson out of Kansas State. I mean, they've got Tyreek. They've got Jalen Waddle. They got Mike Gesicki, even though they don't use him. They've got a pretty good backfield, and I like the coach, and I think it's going to be good enough for them to lose by 14.
Yeah, I got the Bills.
Yeah, plain and simple. Bills got this one.
Bills smacked them up this week.
Now, here's where a lot of people are picking their upset because why not disrespect Dak? Dallas versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, I mean, he found the fountain of youth for one game against Carolina. Thank God he did. That's the only decent thing that Tom Brady's ever done in his life.
Wow.
But he's going down at home. I think Dallas wins this one easily.
Yeah, I got Dallas.
I got the Bucks. Listen, the way Dallas looked against Washington, Dak Prescott has a turnover in 7 straight games. I just don't see him doing enough in the playoffs because they always fold. They have not won a road playoff game since 98, and I don't see them breaking that string now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas, but I think this is going to be a close game. This quite possibly will be the best game of the weekend.
All right.
Next up, we got the New York Football Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. I just realized I'm taking the upset in this one as well. I think the Giants get them. I think the Vikings are frauds. I think Kirk Cousins turns it over multiple times, and I think that Saquon and Daniel Jones both have big days.
Oh, OTR Brandon is going to be very happy with our picks. I am also picking the G-Men to win.
Listen, Justin Jefferson got me 2 points in the fantasy football championship game. Screw them.
That you won.
It doesn't make a difference. He got 2 points.
And you won
2. So the Giants are going to win.
Man,
frauds.
Justin, I don't trust Minnesota at all. But with that said, I'm gonna take him this week. But I don't trust him. But Justin Jefferson is a bad boy, and Wink's defenses have a tendency to give up big plays to wide receivers, as we've seen. Jamar Chase, who gave us about 1,000 yards in 2 games last year. So I think Justin Jefferson goes off, and he makes up for the mistakes that Kirk makes. So Minnesota will win this.
Okay.
All right.
If they were on the road, New York will win.
Okay. All right.
And the last game of the wild card weekend, Seattle is going into San Francisco. Geno Smith, riding his fantastic comeback year, his "I told you so" year, got the Seahawks into the playoffs. They're going up against the 7th round pick Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, on an absolutely loaded San Francisco 49ers roster with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and the best defense in the league, which sounds weird because you spent all that money in Baltimore. But regardless, I was going to pick Seattle, but I can't because I'm not picking 3 straight upsets. So it is going to be the San Francisco 49ers.
So this is how our team should look, right? Mm. Even if the quarterback's out. I mean, they're missing their starter and their backup. Mm. And they're getting it done with their third string. And they are favored to win a playoff game, right? Because they are stacked everywhere, including defense. Mm-hmm. Including defense, right? You can still have confidence in a team like that. With that being said, I'm picking Geno and the Seahawks to win this one.
Woo!
Let's go.
Okay. Listen, I've been wrong about your boy Geno Smith. I will admit it. I'll be the first. Rodney, Jose, you were right. I think this game, Geno throws 3 interceptions, and San Francisco is going to curve.
You're the biggest hater on the planet.
You really think Geno is gonna do something against this defense?
I think he'll play fine, and the Seahawks are just not as good a team as San Francisco.
He can play fine and still throw 3 interceptions.
No, he can't.
Okay.
It comes down, man, to if this stage is too bright for Brock Purdy. They got way too many weapons, though, man. I think that they pull this one off, but it'll be close. Geno had them boys balling. Geno's going to earn himself a nice check after this game.
Yes. And that's my thing with San Francisco. I was going to pick against them just because Brock Purdy is that 7th-round rookie, and I'm not trusting him to beat anybody in the playoffs. But,
you trust
No, but 3 straight upsets, I wasn't going to do it. So, And I wasn't going to go back on one of my previous picks. That's just tacky.
All right, look, we got a couple of minutes for bonus time. Let's fire it up. Bonus time.
We don't.
We got a couple of minutes. Let's do it. Bonus time for a few minutes. Type whatever you want. Whatever you want to talk about, throw it in the chat, and let's talk about for a few minutes. And then we're going to do the overtime show. If you want to be a part of the overtime show, patreon.com/LBHT show. Okay. Do you have $3 in your pocket? Okay. I know you do. I know you guys were thinking, man, I'm gonna go order some Grubhub, man. Just I don't want to go out the house. No, get out the house, go pick it up yourself. Save yourself the $20, okay, and invest in something that's going to be more fulfilling. Okay, go ahead and pick it up. And
listen,
yeah,
I mean, Hendo invested in the Patreon because he wanted a championship belt, which he has not gotten and never will, and he wanted the coin, which he did get because we send that out immediately. But those are the 2 things he wanted. But you know what he got? He got a thriving YouTube channel.
He did.
I did.
You never know. Yeah. You never know where it's going to go.
And he's part of an awesome community. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Who knew?
Oh, speaking of, because I didn't even preview what we're talking about on the overtime show. It's right here. Here we go, guys. Are you guys ready? Oh, look at that. What is going on there? What? Was that dodgeball? Was that Ben Stiller in dodgeball, getting ready to hit Josh Allen with the ball?
Wow.
What do those 2 have in common? You'll find out. Time to the overtime show. Okay, patreon.com. All right. King Dan is very passionate in the chat, man. He says boycott Bishotti and Ravens. Okay, he spelled his name wrong and everything. He's so angry. Look, man, I hear you, and this is something that we've been saying, man. You don't owe the Ravens anything, right? You could be fans of a team, but you don't owe them your loyalty, your unwavering loyalty. If they're messing up, right? You don't reward them by saying, "I don't care. I'm still going to support. I'm going to buy a jersey." You can still be a fan. You ain't got to spend money on them, right? And that's where you get them to open their eyes. When you say, "I'm not gonna pay for a bad product." Mr. J6 says, "Nobody makes me bleed my own blood." Yes. Underrated Trio Production says, "I'm praying Lamar is gonna play. Let's go, be more." Yes, I hope he plays too.
Indeed.
I hope he plays. Sharon says we'll see Lamar next year in San Fran, Jersey.
Sharon, tread lightly because Brodney puts people in timeout for that.
I sure do. You just gonna get a warning for right now, though, Sharon.
That's why I point out, man. We still have over 100 people in here. This is crazy. Shout out to you guys, man.
Indeed.
You are crazy people. Make sure you hit that like button if you're new. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Look, we got some goals. We haven't even really set any goals like publicly, but you know, we still growing. We still got goals. You know, we hit 1,000 and we just kind of said, okay, you know, we're going naturally. But you know, let's shoot for 1,500. I don't know by when. We used to give little dates by when we want to get goals by. I'm not even sure where we're sitting at right now, to be honest. But we're going to shoot for 1,500 by, I don't know, by the time they decide whether they're going to keep Lamar. Okay, by Lamar's franchise tag, we want 1,500 before he gets franchise tag. He is going to get franchise tag, whether he gets traded or they sign him. 1,500 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Help us out, okay? We're trying to get to 1,500 by Lamar's franchise tag. Can we do it? We'll find out. JP says, Mike, when you made the Mayflower comparison with Lamar leaving, that hit my soul on another level. Ooh.
So sorry, man. You know,
Mr. J with the unnecessary shots.
We're gonna have to hug it out when this stuff. If he leaves, man, it's gonna be a circle hug, but from everybody.
Yeah. Mr. J says, unlike Suge, if you give me a movie to watch, I'll actually watch it. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, I appreciate the optimism here, Baseball Life. I don't think it's true, but I appreciate it. It says, y'all going to hit 1,800 next week when the Ravens play Chiefs. Lamar first game back with a contract. I would love that.
Thank you, Baseball.
Yes, appreciate that. And shout out to Underrated Trio Productions for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. All right, couple more. We getting out of here. Okay, we are hashtag no 2 hours over here. We got less than 4 minutes. Let's go. One session says, let them know, Hendo. Ronnie, the police in here.
Right. I appreciate you, One Session.
Yes.
It was a tough lesson. You had to learn it, though.
Says, B, you know I love you, but he'll be closer to me. We'll take very good care of him.
Oh, man, see, I'm torn on this one because you didn't actually say San Francisco, but you heavily hinted.
We're about to ban you.
No. The show's almost over.
No. we all let it slide this time, Sharon.
Okay, good.
King Dan says, since Roquan got that money, I better see 2 to 3 sacks on Burrow and an INT.
Well, I hope you don't watch.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. All I can say is, look, I hope Lamar plays, just for my own selfish reasons, but I also hope he doesn't play and this team embarrasses themselves. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you want to play games like this, if you want to put your quarterback in these type of positions, you get what you get. You deserve that L. Okay. Yeah, and I don't think they should be rewarded for it.
That's the old saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yep. All right. Real quick, because we got 2 minutes. Hendo, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at @RGatekeepers. You can also find me on YouTube at Ravens Online on Gatekeepers. Every Friday, you can also find me with my man, Mr. Galloway, on Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway. Thank you. We're too close to 2 hours. Let's go.
You can also find him on Tuesday on Steel Conspiracy with Suge on Suge Night 3, 2.
You're wasting time. We're about to hit 2.
Oh no! I already clocked out.
All right, and
I already clocked out.
Go ahead, plug real quick plug, Mikey.
Open mic, man. Open mic with OTR Mike, man. Check me out. It's the show where the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. So if you haven't already, subscribe and check me out.
All right, that's it. Patrons, get ready. Everybody else, patreon.com/LBHT show. If you want to keep this party going, we're going to start the overtime show in just a minute. B, are you ready?
Appreciate y'all.
He is ready. Hendo, happy birthday.
Thank you,
everybody. Have a great night.
Y'all.
We'll see you next time. Peace.